Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be going over the first hack of two that we did at SpartaHack last weekend. This one was Project Splatter. This took about 23 hours to build. It is elevator pitch, I guess, would be VR multiplayer Splatoon made in Unity for the HTC Vive with a drone, because everyone loves drones. Um, let's see. So, so I'm gonna first describe how the setup, how it's set up. Then I'll show the gameplay, and then if anyone's interested, they can stick around, and I'll go over why, how hard it was to, like, basically how I made it. Not not like every single line of code or whatnot, just like the general concept of like how I got the point system to work, uh, and other silly things like that. All right. So setup wise, I'm on my desktop right now. That's screen capping Unity, and my Vive is connected to that. So you're going to be seeing my gameplay footage. I am on my own home Wi-Fi network, and then I have my laptop behind me, and that is currently running a modified version of this Unity code that is not meant to like show a Vive or whatnot. So it's just gonna just has a camera showing an empty room, and then when I connect to, that's gonna be the client. This is gonna be the server. Desktop's gonna be the server. When it connects to, it's gonna see me moving around and shooting and whatnot, and I'll screen cap that stuff, and then I guess I'll like sync it or something. I don't know. I could just move my web camera over or something like that. Yeah, just to show that multiplayer works. Um, and then I've also got the drone, and so my drone's currently on right now. It's emitting its own Wi-Fi network. My laptop is connected to that. My laptop and desktop are connected via a Ethernet cable. I have two servers running on my laptop, one on my desktop, and basically they're just one's a drone server, one's a web server. The web server is running on my desktop right now, and that's gonna let us see in real time like the painted areas of the map. It's, you know, it's 30 seconds. I think I'll like Control F5. Let's see how we doing. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Well, okay. So it should work, but it's not right now. That's fun. Anyways, so it's just like a little web app. It's a little website that's just got an image in the center, and it's just it's just it just updates every 30 seconds or whatnot of the map. And so blah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so the drone server is getting the drone feed and then putting it, displaying it to a web page, and then it's also sending data, altitude data, to my Unity game on my desktop. And that's gonna allow us to, when the drone moves in real life, it's gonna move the drone in game. But since I'm in my room, I can't really fly my drone in my room, so you'll see it. You'll see it actually happen because the drone will go into the floor, which means it's at 0, 0, 0, and like I can move the drone up and it'll instantly teleport back down. So you'll see that it works kind of, but I'm not flying my drone in my room, so you won't get to see that. Um, yeah, it doesn't like take off perfectly straight, so I'm not risking it. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's get into some gameplay, and then yeah, let's do that first. Okay guys, so I switched, I was having a lot of issues where trying to record this with everything just freezing, so I just unplugged two of my monitors, and so we're just on the one, and that should hopefully remedy some of the issues with the lag. So I'm going to just start playing the Unity game, the Vive game right now. Splatoon, and then I'm going to maximize them place so you can see everything. And then afterwards, once I've done enough footage to be satisfied with, I will then I'll probably move my webcam, if hopefully get it to work, while the game's still playing, and then try and get a view of the multiplayer. Yeah, looks like our little website thing isn't working right now. It's kind of unfortunate, but maybe we'll see. Hopefully that works. If not, it's not the end of the world. Okay, so let's get into the game. Hopefully, I can't tell because I don't have OBS up, but hopefully it's not too laggy for you. Okay, so we're going to start hosting. Cool. I don't like that color, actually, so let's keep cycling. Actually, I'm going to have to do this. Unfortunately, I don't know, it's just me, I don't like purple. Well, one thing to explain, there was a data dump of a bunch of this, like a bunch of Splatoon stuff, weapon stats, reload, colors, whatnot. I just took all those colors and then just made it randomly generate. There's like 30 or 26 different color selections you can have, like blue and orange is one, and then there's different shades and whatnot. I don't like that. All right, hopefully this one's good. Okay, I can deal with. I actually purple gives me trouble. I don't know why. Wow, we're getting really unlucky here. Okay, I can work with this one. Promise. Alright. So I'm going to take my headset off for a second and put on the Vive. Alright, so my Vive is on, and these are my two controllers. This is going to be my right-hand controller, this is going to be my left-hand controller. I'm going to stand up really quick, that way I don't... There's throwing involved, so I don't want to punch my monitor. And you can ignore the bounding box. I haven't set that up again. I haven't done the room to scale tutorial or whatever. I have to do that eventually, though. So, this is going to be the controller the gun is in. This is going to be the controller that you select your weapons from. We can tap this button here to hide our controller. It'll just hide the controller, not the weapon itself. And this is to hide the menu. Alright, so... Oh, come on there. There we go. So... come on, don't do that. So I'm going to... If I point this here, I get a... It does a little raycast, and then if I press the trigger on this controller here, while I'm hovering over one, I can select it. And so I've got my primary weapons here, my subs here, and my specials here. So let's pick this gun. And there we go. Let's hide that. And then we're going to shoot. And you can see that my ammo bar has gone down, my special box or bar has gone up, and I have got an increase in points. You can also see I'm reloading ammo, but it's pretty slow. And so, obviously in Splatoon, if you're not on your own color, you're going to reload really slow. So, if we... Okay, come on. A little laggy. So there we go. Now I'm reloading really fast. Oh, whoa. Wow. I really need to configure this again. Alright, so now, obviously, let's say I want to get over there, but we can see my room is going to stop me from, I don't want to walk on the wall, so I implemented Vive Teleporter, and then what we can do is, if you just watch what happens, a squid will spawn. Hopefully it won't do that again. So a squid's going to spawn, and it goes really slow when it's not in your own color. But if we... Alright, so if we go into the wall, it won't do it. So... Alright, come on there. This is annoying. Sorry about this. We'll see it goes really fast in our own color, which is really cool. Okay, come on. Alright, let's do it this way. This should be good. Really? I apologize for this. Come on. Alright, so you can see you got this gun here. That's cool. Got a couple of guns with scopes. That's cool. This one. Oh my goodness. Let's just go through all the guns. Scope, sniper kind of thing. The squiffer. Wahaha. This one's cool. This. That. That. And you'll notice that, this one's pretty fun. You'll notice for these that like the tanks or certain parts will change orange. And I really enjoy that. That was a fun thing to add. Oh my gosh. Stop. It's not behaving. This one doesn't look very good, but, you know, whatever. Some look better than others. Alright, so we painted a fair bit. Now let's, with our primaries, let's go into the specials. Or subs, I mean. So let's do this one. And so you notice I selected it, but it's not bringing it up. And that's because you don't want to just not have your primary just readily available. You want to have, or a sub, you want to have both. So if I press up on the D-pad for my controller, it will go to the primary weapon slot. But if I press left, it'll go to this slot. And so now I'm holding this thing and I'm throwing it, but it's not letting go, and trigger's not working. So what I did was, if you press the grips and then throw and let go, it throws. And then again, one more time. And you can see it uses up quite a considerable amount of your ammo. It should be about 40, and you have 100. So, you know, it's quite a bit more than like the 3 or whatever that each shot from a bullet does. And we go to this. Oh, that's pretty bad. I should probably fix that. Oh, whoops. Oh, what's going on there? Alright. Yeah, there you go. Oh, come on. Yeah, I got this. I don't know. I didn't have a lot of time to implement it, but you know. The sprinkler doesn't do the sprinkler stuff that you'd expect, so come on. And then you got this guy. It doesn't do the secret stuff, it just explodes. But it's still fun. Alright, so now we've got our full special bar. Let's go on to a special. And let's do the rocket launcher first. You'll notice, again, the rocket launcher is not selected. If we press right, we can pick up our special and display that. You got this. And come on. There we go. And we'll notice that the bullets go a bit faster and they make bigger splashes. I find that pretty cool. It doesn't run out of ammo because I didn't have time to code that stuff in. Alright, now to our last bit. Come on, there we go. The drone. It's not working. Why isn't that working? Should be able to see what my IRL drone sees. Alright, I'm gonna stop the footage here, figure out what's going on, and then we'll come back in and just show that. Hey guys, sorry for all that trouble. So basically, long story short, it's my Wi-Fi networks. My home Wi-Fi networks is messing with everything. So I'm just went ahead and I'm running the code for the drone server on my desktop. That way we can just take out the middleman computer. I won't demo multiplayer while this drone is running right now because it won't work. But I'll show multiplayer in a bit. So right now we can see what my drone sees, and so all we're gonna do is just localhost 3000. Oops. Oh, I listen to K-pop. Okay, so tablet. This. Localhost, 3000. Cool. Of course, I can't save while that's open. Cool. Cool. Alright, now. No, not now. Maximize on play. Now. Now we do it. Had to be purple. Had to be purple. I'm just gonna sit in my chair for this one. I don't know how this video is gonna be edited together. It will at some point, but it's gonna be fun. In case the part I mentioned earlier doesn't get into it, if you notice what I just did and what I'm about to do, you'll notice some lag there, but not with the sounds. You'll notice lag with placing the splats. I'll go over that if you stick around and listen to that. It's fairly interesting stuff. Alright, there we go. Really? We're gonna do this. It should be working. I don't understand why it's a white screen. Like, of course it doesn't work. Restart the darn server. Alright, that's live. So, of course, Splatoon. Oh my goodness. This is why I don't like this. I don't know. I really enjoyed making the game and I had a lot of fun with the hackathon, but screw this drone. I'm not incorporating that again. I'm not making a VR drone multiplayer Splatoon game again. Okay, whatever. We're just gonna put we're just gonna put the tablet in game and then just run it. No, we're not gonna maximize on play. Alright, tablet, why aren't you working? Localhost 3000. http:// Oh yeah, that's why it wasn't working before. HTTP. I'm done. You can see me waving, kind of. I'll go pick up my drone really quick. Alright. So. Hello. Hello. Oh dear God. That's a bit choppy. Yeah, so. What you can also do is, I didn't implement this in the hack, but you can just switch between these two. You can see, I can wave this around. Hi. So, what the drone would do, if this is all set up right, is that the drone in this game would have the same altitude as my drone in real life when we were flying it, and then they would just move up and down. You could switch between camera views. Yeah. Anyways, that's that. Finally, this drone thing worked. Okay, so I'm gonna cut the video here, and I'm gonna reset up multiplayer. Alright guys, we're back, and I'm gonna now show off the multiplayer aspect of this game. So we're gonna go here and play. Alright, so we can see everything. Let's go full screen on this. That way you can just see everything. You're not getting the UI cut off and whatnot. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go to host. Before I do it, I'm gonna pick up my camera. This is a risky move. Okay, and then we're going to go over here. We're going to see this whole thing. So I'm going to now connect as a client, start up as a host, and you'll notice things popped up. That's cool. That's what we like. We like things to happen. Alright, we're going to pick a gun, and we're going to shoot in game. Look at that! That's cool! Awesome! You'll be like, but wait, Spencer, why is this person purple? Why is the player in this game purple when, and this one and the other player white and whatnot? And that's just because I may have mentioned earlier, but I use an RNG to determine the color out of like the 30 or whatever, and it's not like they don't sync in between games, so I didn't do that. I just made it RNG for both games, so you know. Finally done. Took a long time to demo this. You may notice the bullets are white. Yeah, I couldn't fix that issue, and like it arose, and I just did not prioritize fixing that. Cool. So you notice me shooting this wall here. I'm gonna shoot one above. We go there. We'll see me shooting. Same wall, one above, whatnot. So it's really multiplayer. All right. Let's just put this here. Oh, we're changing positions. Cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, well, that's the game. That is Project Splatter. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to stick around, I'm now going to talk about how the game was kind of made. And why is this up here? I don't even know. Whatever. So let's talk about some technical stuff. So first thing is, you may have noticed that, oh, one thing I'm just gonna do this really quick. Because game manager. They're all the colors, by the way. Start clock. There's a clock in this thing, and once you get below a minute, it turns orange. So I'll just talk while this is going on. So you may have noticed, or I did mention maybe a couple times, that whenever I would shoot up high and then bring it down low, and so a bunch of bullets would hit at the same time, the sounds would be there, but it would lag on displaying them. And so that is a result of how I implemented this game. And so before you know, okay, so I should say, there you go, there you get the orange. Okay, so the way this works is it's basically texture painting. So I shoot the bullet. The bullet's got a collision or a trigger on that, and when it hits, it gets it then basically gets a UV coordinates of this texture that is this. Let's plug this in really quick. You see, this is the arena. It's just a box that I made in Blender. It's special because of the way the UVs unwrap. And then this over here is our texture painter. So basically the texture, the material on this is a render texture, material with a render texture on it, and it basically displays whatever this camera sees. So this Splatoon VR thing is not like its own thing over here. It is right there. And the camera just sees it and displays it here. And that's the same thing. So the bullet will hit like right there, like right here. It'll get the coordinates, pixel coordinates of on this texture right here. And then it will do some math, translate to in-game coordinates like 0, 0, whatever. And then it places the blot, like the splat right there. And then that appears as part of the texture. And that's how it can bend like this. It also is a reason why it won't bend around these corners up here. And so, I did that, and that was all fine. And I knew I had run into some problems later down the road. So basically, I just did that, and it was good. But then I was like, I need points. How am I going to get points? Okay, we're going to have to read and get pixels, and that is very costly. I read back in August, this Google VR dev, I think he worked on Tiltbrush, talked about the struggles of trying to capture in-game footage while maintaining high quality in-game footage while maintaining frame rate. And I read through it and I tried it out myself because I'm like, oh, I want to see how far I can push it. Could I get like a bajillion by a bajillion pixels on a render texture and do it? Can't do that. Read pixels blocks for, or get pixels blocks for read pixels, and that's basically the GPU and CPU have to be in sync. So you have to so what happens is the GPU has to be flushed. So you have to wait for every other command to finish that's in line, and that is very costly. So you can't just like, so you have to to get the, I'm probably explaining this really badly, but like say there's like there's like a 400 by 400 grid of pixels here that I want to get. Like actually just to get the entire thing, that's 10,240 by 10,240. Like I had to wait for all of the cycles, like the commands that the GPU is waiting for to be done, and then if it was like just on the script right here, then it would read the pixels 10,240 times 10,000. Like that is a massive amount of pixels. That's 110 million plus pixels, I think. I did the math a while ago. I forgot a lot of stuff that happened during the hackathon. So you're doing a lot of stuff there. You're reading and getting. That's a ton of stuff, and that's gonna kill your GPU or kill your frame rate. Like it will be 0, or it will just crash. So I realized, like, to get points, I have to get the difference. Like that's just how it's gonna work. Like you don't want someone shooting their own paint and then getting points for that. You want like if it was their color before and they shot it, you don't get points. If it wasn't their color before and they shot it, they get points. So the way it works is it's a 4-frame process, and it depends on what part of the script, like where you put this code in what script. And so the Google VR people are like, oh, we put it in for the tilt brush or whatever, we put it inside the Steam VR render loop. So it's in the Steam VR render.cs, and there's a render loop, and they found that in that loop the GPU is flush. It is, you can put your code in there and you don't have to wait for other things. So it's really helpful because then you don't, like, it's still going to be slow, but you're going to get rid of a lot of the waiting for the stuff to, like, it's where you want to put your code. So I then realized, well, okay, I can't get the entire playing field. That's ludicrous. So what I did was, I was like, okay, let's just get 300 pixels by 300 pixels, 900 or 90,000 or some number. 900,000. Let's just say it's a lot of pixels. It's something 9 something. But it's not 10 or 100 million. And so what I did was, when the ball hits or the paint thing hits the ground, it stores the all the necessary data, the rotation, the color, the position, blah 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 blah, in memory, and then then that frame, same frame, it gets in a 300 by 300 pixel grid around where it hits here. It gets around here the pixels that are currently there. It reads them, and then it waits a frame, because the get pixels blocks to read pixels, so you have to wait a frame anyways. So it just makes sense too, because that way you're not going to lag. You're just going to have a frame delay in between the two. So then the next frame, it gets the pixels around that area, and then that saves that to memory, and then it releases the paint splat. It basically just paints a splat there, waits a frame just for safety that it won't that it will get it. It could be a 3-frame process, but I did 4 frames, and then it reads, waits a frame, gets, and now it's got the before and after pixels, 300 by 300 grid, both in memory. And then what I do is I make a separate thread. And then I calculate the difference. I turn the colors into vectors and then get the magnitude. If the magnitude is, if the magnitude of my color is like within 0.5 of the magnitude of the color on there, then I ignore it because that's my own. I can't get a point from it. And then I compare pixels and whatnot, and I take every 10th pixel or every 9th or something like that. That way I don't have to go through like 900,000 pixels, or I'm just going to keep saying 900,000. I'm probably wrong, but whatever. And when I did that, I got really good points. Like, I didn't change anything. Like, I didn't add a multiplier. It's like the points I got was just that. It just worked out really well. It was really lucky. So then I noticed, like, okay, so I hit a paint splat or projectile hits, and then a frame. What if a frame later another projectile hits? Well, I'm kind of screwed, because then it's gonna override the previous one, and that's not good, because that messes up my calculations. So what I did was I implemented a queue, and the queue is 30 long, and if you go over 30 somehow, then that's on you, because I don't see that being like physically possible to have 30 bullets land at the same time, or 30 plus bullets. So what it does is it's just a array of 30 for all the variables that I need to create the splat, and then whenever the splat hits, it just stores it, and then I've got a counter that every time the render loop, every time I get through that read get pixels before and after, execute the thread, whatnot, it increments the counter for the queue, and then it just will cycle through it. And then I've got a boolean that says, do I have anything left on the queue? And if I do, then it whenever it has free time, it will go through that queue and do the same process. And so that's why you saw the lag with the paint splats, but not the sounds. And that was extremely challenging to do. I was lucky that I knew about the where I had to put this stuff beforehand because of that article I read, and I think that really helped me out. Yeah, so stuff. That was hard. What else? I'm tired. Yeah. And then for the squid stuff, teleporting around, I just took the Vive teleporter script, found out where in it the actual teleporting happened, and then I just put a freeze boolean in there and whatnot, and then I was just like, okay, I'm going to make a squid appear. And then the squid just goes to that point. That wasn't too hard. It's just, it didn't take that long to do. The ammo stuff's pretty simple. Bars are simple, yeah. Yeah. The most time-consuming aspect was this stuff right here, creating this menu, because it was just all these things. They made a template script. It was rushed, but template script, and it's just copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, figure out correct values. Like, the copy pasting of this took a long time. It was probably an hour to just do this and get all the. It was an hour to make sure everything. A half hour for this, actually. And then it took me another hour on top of that to, like, hold up my controller and place the gun in the correct spot. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and so you can see the queue stuff right here that I was talking about. It says 0 now, but it's a 20 queue, my bad. And you got 30 colors. Yeah, this is a really fun hack to do, but it was a lot of work. I did not sleep until this was done. Well, I took a 40-minute nap, but that doesn't really count. And that drone I just found online, Sketchfab, free to download. I'll be sure to credit everyone whose stuff assets I got. I know I think I messed up before not doing that, but I will try and do that this time. And yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching. Sorry for the technical issues, and Huh.